Live from Belmont. The 1972 Braves against the 1980 Braves. As you can see, the old-timers, the 1972, 1, and 70ers, are contemplating the upcoming strategies for the game. Now, I see a new surprise for the 72ers. They have actually signed Gibbie Reichers for this game. Gibbie has been in retirement for 2 years, but now he's out to show these youngsters how the game is played. Other familiar faces on the bench. It looks like the starting rotation will be Dewey von Olthafer, the MVP of last year's game, Ken Staver, Bill Ingersol, the playmaker, Dave Popp, and the infamous Dave Weitenhiller. We're about ready for the tip-off now. And they're up. And I don't believe Dewey got out jumped. It must have been a quick jump by the opposition. T-Bird comes down. Young Hines dribbling to the point. He sees Morrissey underneath, turns, nice block. And we'll come the other way, Bill Ingersol. Kenny Staver. The 72ers setting up, and Staver throws up a real brick.
Well, Gunnar, it's nice to be here finally. Sorry about the technical delay, the cold weather. We got the late start of the car here. We're just barely getting set up here. Looks like the old-timers are starting off right where they left off last year with the cold shooting.
And Weidig shoots, draws nothing but air. Ingersol down with the rebound. And we have our first foul of the afternoon on Hines. And the ball's in the Staver. I hope he shows a little more discretion this time. Ingersol in the corner. This guy can really handle the ball, folks. Weitenhiller out front. He'll probably be looking for a shot. Staver again. And he hits. Thomas takes the board down the court. And it's back out to T-Bird. In the corner to Browning. They find Weidig open, and he can't hit it. Weitenhiller moving slowly down the court as he did in high school. He passes off to Staver. Oh, he misses. Puts it up again. And he's down with a foul. As you remember last year, Staver's cold shooting really hurt the 72ers last year in this tournament.
Well, Randy Spooky's been over in the minors down there in Darlington practicing up, and I think he's got a fine touch today. Quite a bit better than last year anyway.
And they hit both free throws. That makes the score 9-2. Scorekeeper's a little behind, though. And Ingersol and Popp combine for a nice steal. Here comes Weitenhiller down the court. Looks like these 72ers really have this team mismatched. Nice pass by Weitenhiller. Staver misses again. Ball's alive, and that's blue.
I'll tell you, Randy, I think that Spooky must have heard there was a trophy for the most shots attempted. That guy's really been putting the ball up today.
Yes, he must feel something. Out to Ingersol. Ingersol moving it around cautiously, looking for Dewey von Olthafer to open up in the middle. That's their game plan. Work it to him. Weitenhiller is open. He puts it up, and he drills it.
There, folks, our MVP from last year's first round game, Dave Weitenhiller. He got hot at the end. It looks like he's carrying that right into 1986. 85-6 tournament, rather. Back to you, Ram.
And T-Bird moving the ball down, and he almost falls on his face. Morrissey underneath puts it up.
That's a big man there, Randy. He tried to go inside on Uwe von Olthafer, Manute Joe, as they call him. That guy really could have been a big factor in the game last year, but he had some contractual problems, I understand, and he kind of sulked most of the game on the bench, as I remember.
Yeah, Big Uwe has already let it be known that he is not going to let anybody underneath.
Quite a matchup, though, him and Matt Morrissey. That's battle of the big men under there.
Ingersol drives, but he's cut off, and the ball goes the other way. 11-1 is the score. The Old-Timers leaving Olthafer underneath. He shuts him down, makes him throw a bad pass. You got to attribute that turnover to the tenacious defense of Uwe van Olthafer. Staver brings it down. Ingersol, he's been pretty quiet so far. Weitenhiller, he's cooking. He hits another one.
Look at that body, folks. You figure that guy couldn't play buckets anymore, but how does he keep it going? I don't know.
Well, even despite much exercise, he just doesn't seem to be able to get in shape. Nice shot there by the youngsters, and will come the other way. That's their first hoop of the afternoon. Popp. And they've got Bockhop in now. This guy can drill him. He's pretty cautious right now. It's been a while since he's been on the circuit. And a bad pass by Weitenhiller. Unadvised. And Thomas, as you can see, with Thomas being the playmaker, this team really must be hurting for ball players. And Bockhop with a big rebound. He's fouled, though, but no call. They're playing a swarming defense. And Popp will come down the court. And Steve Staver now in the game. This guy did a real shooting exhibition last year. He didn't shoot much, unlike his brother, who just missed another one. But every time he did shoot, he drilled it.
I'll tell you, Randy, that Dwayne Bockhop, I think that incident last year with the rolling pin, that guy's a little rusty yet, isn't he?
Yeah, some said he'd never come back after his wife mistakenly hit him with a rolling big. Popp to Bockhop. They want him to open it up. That boy can do it, but he's been pretty quiet. His first shot of the afternoon, oh, off the rim.
Oh, I'll tell you, he thought that was going.
And
He
Staver
trotted
with
away
the
like he was
steal.
in there.
Popp brings it back. Popp puts it up. It's short.
I'll tell you, Randy, they're throwing up enough bricks now to build a gymnasium.
Yes, there's a lot of Masons on the field. And Wally Hempel hits another one. It's 13-5 now. And in comes Kevin Bockhop. I'll tell you, this team not only has no court strength, but their bench strength is even worse. Staver is open, and nothing again. That'll be off Popper. Good hustle, though. Good try to salvage that errant shot from Staver. Morrissey, he's trying to get underneath. He knows that's where he's got to go to do the damage. And Kevin Bockhop, who cannot dribble 4 times in a row. Clayton from the corner. Incredible. He hits it.
Nice shot here. I'll tell you, these guys are really hitting pretty good percentage from the floor, Rand. Better than I thought.
Yes, they've cut the margin down to 6. Staver again. And I don't know whether that was a pass or a shot, but it was about halfway in between, and neither way was it going anywhere.
Looked like he was trying to feed it into Bockhop. I don't know if there's a miscue on that or what, Rand.
Kevin Bockhop again. They should put the heat on him. Easy turn. And Bockhop.
Holy cow, you
And the
mentioned that
passing
word
lane,
and
here
that
is
guy
it.
comes on.
2-on-1, and Staver with another crucial mistake. Coming the other way, Gibbie Reichers. Gibbie had the job of shutting down both big men on that fast break. He broke it up, though. Very, very smart play.
I'll tell you, that guy's a real all-star out there, Randy.
Yeah, he's a blue chipper when they got him to play this year. Humble from way outside, no good. Offensive rebound, Browning puts it up, no good. Tenacious defense. Blue ball, good call. I thought they were going to go the other way.
All right, we got 11:52 left here.
Here's the 1970 combination, Staver and Reichers. We'll see if they can do some damage in here. Bockhop in the corner again. He's very cautious today. They're working around now.
I'll tell you, everybody else is throwing it up. He might as well too, Rand. Holy
Gibbie
cow, look at
gets
that.
rejected by Browning.
Powder River by Browning on
He's got a
Gibbie.
2-on-3, but he'll hold it up. Clayton from way outside. And another nice rebound. We've got a jump ball. Browning is not happy. And possession goes to the class of 72. 72, 70, and 71 have a lot more bench strength this year, it appears. Bockhop, oh, he just can't find it.
Cow.
I think he should have taken a few more warm-up shots.
You sent that one express mail, Randy.
Popper all over Clayton. Waiting. Back to Bockhop. And he walked. But it was a nice fake. Had me going.
They're over on the bench, Randy. If you check the monitor, the big man, Joe Olthafer again. Boy, that guy was something last year, wasn't he?
I think their strategy must be to save him for the second half. And it's another steal, but fortunately out of bounds. Weitenhiller will throw it in. Luckily, he can't shoot from there. Weitenhiller gets rejected. And he tries to make another steal. Just does, he's hounding defense. And he gets the ball back. But double dribble.
Well, Rand, I tell you, Bill Ingersol has been pretty quiet. That's the guy you figured just would take charge of this team.
Yeah, he's the playmaker of the team. He's being very unselfish right now. But when they need the hoop, he'll go underneath. Thomas, more than 2 dribbles at once.
I'll tell you, that's just like him breaking off tackle in high school.
Nice pass by Bill. Underneath, pass out again. Oh, it just won't drop for these guys.
A pretty play. Pretty play, Rand. That's just about like last year. Bill had about 8 or 10 shots that just rolled around the rim and wouldn't go.
It's 13-7. The Old Timers leading. And Kevin Bockhop throws. And T-Bird, nice defensive play. Just like catching a pass.
I thought you said
and then he threw it away. That's the T-Bird we know.
Looked like Arnie throwing it to Teeter there.
A definite down killer in football. Staver brings it down. Very patient now, very patient. To Weitenhiller, he's open in the corner. Oh, just misses. Ingersol just loses the rebound. We'll come the other way.
That big man Morrissey in there, you got to believe they got to have Olthafer matching up against him. Manute Joe.
Well, Morrissey hasn't been able to get underneath yet. Once he starts penetrating, then I'm sure Dewey will make his presence be known. And another steal. Staver brings it down. A 2-on-3. They'll hold it up. To Ingersol, he'll try and shoot it. Oh, just can't get it to drop.
He's just a little bit off is all. I tell you, I think these old timers have these guys far out talented. I think they're going to blow them away in the second half.
Hempel can't hit, and Bockhop hits it out, but it's going the other way. And Tom Clayton shoots another incredible bomb. If they can keep him shooting all day, it's looking pretty good. Staver brings it down.
These guys, for the young fellas, Randy, got a lot of guys that still play buckets, but I see only Wally Hempel really is a standout in high school. Of course, the old timers, I don't think had any standouts either.
Yeah, it's surprising they put out a basketball team those years, but I believe the best basketball player we had in '72 was a wrestler.
Who would that be, Rad?
Well, I hate to blow my own horn.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I did finish second in the intramural scoring that year, as I remember.
Yes, you had a good year. And first in attempts, wasn't it? Clayton with the ball. He'll probably shoot. And he hits. I can't believe it.
Well, I'll tell you, that guy's got a fine touch for a big man. Inconsistent, but when it's there, it's fine.
Yes, he hasn't hit the rim yet. He's had 2 swish and 2 miss completely. Pretty consistent.
All right, folks, 6:54 left, 13-11. We'll be right back.
And Blue will bring it in. I see Gibbie Reichers is back in. They must think they need a little firepower now.
Get that ball away from that guy.
It's definitely got all the stuff in there. They got Weitenhiller, Popp, Gibbie Reichers, and Olthafer. This is definitely their scoring lineup.
In the fan,
Gibbie puts it up. Oh! And a steal by Weitenhiller. They get it back, and oh, he gets called for a cheap one.
In our poll, Randy, the fans voted Gibbie most likely to get the first 3 seconds of the game. What do you think of that?
He's always underneath. Staver on the defense. The pass, and Gibbie gets a steal. Nice play. He's coming down. 1-on-2. Nice pass. Oh, it's picked off at the end.
Was a pretty good play there, I'll tell you. We're cutting this guy no slack, folks, but he really is a fine basketball player, folks. Gibbie Reichers. What's his name? Oh, what is there, a timeout here, man?
Yes, there'll be a timeout on the field with a score. The Old-Timers 13 and the class of 80, 11. And 80 will bring it down the court. They're only trailing by 2.
I didn't catch the gist of that timeout, Randy. What was that all about? I said I didn't catch the gist of that timeout, Randy. What was that last one all about?
I don't know. It didn't seem like the class of 80 was really too organized. I don't think they had enough people on the court. But they turn it over, and 72 comes back. They need some offense out of Weitenhiller and Reichers. They avoid a turnover. Nice play. Popp. And it's 3 seconds on Staver. He's looking for the ball.
Oh, no. Thought for sure that was on Gibbie. I tell you, he heard they needed some guards today. He thought they were playing football.
Yeah, he threw a nice block. The 80 can tie it up here. But luckily, they get Kevin Bockhop to put it up from long range. That's about like hitting a 10-teamer.
Nice rebound by Uki there, back over to Abdul.
Weitenhiller's got it. He's going to go underneath. Guarded by Clayton. This should be an easy one, and it is.
Oh, what a fine shot. And he'll tell you about it later, folks.
Weitenhiller gives him a little breathing room at 15-11. Waiting with the ball out front. Hempel puts it up. Nothing. Clayton hustles, if you can call it, after the rebound. And another shot, and he swishes it. I don't believe it.
It's been incredible, Randy. He's keeping them in the game.
2-point margin. Popp brings it down. To Weitenhiller. He's wide open. And he rips it.
Oh, is he hot, folks. Is he hot.
Kevin Bockup's open. I'm surprised he doesn't put it up.
Oh!
And Gibbie got a hand on that. Unfortunately, or it would have went to 72.
All right, Jack Whittick's bringing out. There's a fine intramural buckets player, Randy. Self-made player.
Another one in the archives. And Van Olthafer. Nice block.
They called him for a foul. I can't believe it.
Clayton again.
What domination by the big man, Randy.
He's definitely taking care of the land of the Giants. Oh, I don't know what happened there. That's from taking a year off on a holdout.
Taking a year's like a lifetime to a man like Gibbie, Gunner.
Jack Whittick, a flat-footed shot, nothing. Clayton with the ball in the corner, and he puts it up again. He's finally come back down to earth, and Staver throws it away. Ill-advised pass. Morrissey underneath. He's clipped by Staver. No call.
I'll tell you, Randy.
And Clayton was on the line, and they didn't call it out of bounds, but this time he throws it away.
Weitenhiller's under there. He's been on Clayton, and anyhow, I think that guy's got his head in the scorebooks. He's playing absolutely no defense.
That's happened to Weitenhiller many times. He often trips over the headlines.
I like it when he stands out here, Randy, and screams for the ball. I hit.
Bockhop. Dude just can't find the range. This guy used to be, they called him the electric eye in high school. And a steal by Ingersol. He's uncontested. Could be a foul coming up. Is, but not called. He gets 2 anyway, and it's 19-13.
Oh, what
another steal by Ingersol, but Browning runs it down. No, Ingersol's got it again. 2-on-2 to Weitenhiller, and he throws it away. I don't believe Hootie didn't try and put it up, and neither did Popp. He wasn't ready for it.
We got 146 here, 19-13.
And no good. Weitenhiller.
A lot of movement by the old-timers underneath, Randy.
Ingersol just a little off. And Bockup's under there for a big rebound. He's hacked. No call. Old Dewey must still be suffering from that roller pin on the head of last year. I don't think he's fully recovered from that.
I'll tell you, Randy, if you don't go down, the fall's not called today. You can see that's going to be the case.
Yes, this 80 team is hacking almost as bad as the worst team I ever saw for fouling. That was Teeter's intramural team in '72. Weren't you on that, Ken?
Yeah, that was quite a stunning upset we pulled of the top-ranked undefeated team. I believe I had 26 that game.
Fouls? Weitenhiller, and he walks.
Yeah,
Oh, he gets a cheap one.
I remember your butcher men hanging on me the second quarter as I tried to break 30 points. I don't think I made it. God, I don't think I made it.
Weitenhiller to shoot the bonus. It'll be a bonus if he hits one of them. And he doesn't. But he almost got his own rebound and come back so hard. Browning working it around. Thomas showing his imitation, a cheap one, of a jump shot. And Weitenhiller throws it away. Where is this guy's head at today?
I'll tell you, he misses a shot. It goes to his head. He just kind of loses control. It's a shame. The guy could be okay.
Then he almost fouled. And Morrissey can't hit it. Bockhop controlling the boards. Browning over his back. He'll go to the line.
There's two guys right there, Randy, that are going to have a brouhaha if this keeps up.
See if Bockhop can keep his 112 string of free throws intact. One and one. First one up. And it's, oh, you're seeing history here, folks. That's the first free throw he's missed in 112 attempts. Didn't seem like Weitenhiller fought very hard for that ball, did it, Ken?
No, I'll tell you, he was in too big a hurry to get down to the other end of the court for the fast break. I saw Ingersol have one before, and he almost burst into tears.
Bockup's being really cautious now. He just doesn't have the feel for the ball today.
A lot of fragile egos on this team, Randy.
We have a foul with 1 second left on the clock. Weitenhiller almost dribbled away the time.
Bill Ingersol, MVP in the conference his senior year. That guy was quite a player, Randy.
(20-13). He'll shoot one more with 1 second left. And it's good. He puts it up in time, but he doesn't quite hit it. To start the second half, the class of 70, 71, 72 leading 21-13. Starting lineup.
Must figure it's just too hard for those guys to work out that jump ball, Randy.
That's right. And the lineup for the 72 team, Weitenhiller, Popp, ooey, and he knocks him down. No way is anybody going to score underneath on him. And they'll get the ball on a, I don't know, that's a questionable fall. Waiting from the outside, flat-footed, and he doesn't get it. Morrissey doesn't get it, and a foul on Browning, not called. Olthafer throws it in. Looks like they're going to be patient this half. Staver works it. Out the Popp. To Weitenhiller. He gets underneath the Bockhop. He just can't get it up, but they'll get the ball back.
Been a little lax in the first quarter on the foul calling, but I guess you have to in this kind of a game.
Yeah, you could probably call a hack on every single play.
Ooh, Morrissey confused the big man underneath.
Yeah, I'm afraid he swatted the ball while it was still out of bounds. He does it again. That'll be technical.
It's a pretty good trick if you get away with it. believe your intramural team was good for that.
And he gets the ball in.
Here's a guy who played a pretty good game last year, Randy, Dave Popp.
Yeah, he's been taking a secondary role today, rebounding and playmaking. Of course, you don't get many shots with guys like Weitenhiller and Staver in there. Weitenhiller trying to do it all himself. He loses the ball. Browning brings it down. And Weitenhiller called for the foul. He'll be shooting too.
You get a chance here, Randy. How about giving us a little preview on this group of young guys, some of their high school careers. Wally Hempels, I remember, was quite a buckets player in high school.
Yes, and as was Joe Browning, but Morrissey played some good high school ball. Thomas played, but he really never did have any rhythm. I mean, if he was black, he would probably have been a great one.
You jest, of course, on Matt Morrissey. He was a good wrestler, but anyhow, he had the height. He might have been a good basketball player in high school.
And Bockhop comes down with another rebound. And the crowd asks, when is Weitenhiller going to fight for one of those?
He likes to give those directions, though.
Popp will bring it out. Bockhop being very patient. Ooh, he deep in the corner. And he throws up a real brick.
Well, I don't know. That's not really what you want your big man to be doing, Rand.
No, he must have saw that young Clayton kid shooting from the outside, and he thought he'd try it. Morrissey on a nice spinning jumper.
I see his point, though. If you don't get the ball, you don't get a shot, right?
That's right. That's probably the first time he's touched it offensively today. Staver, I don't know what he's doing. You know, he tucked that ball under his shoulder and tried to run for a touchdown.
I heard it from a good source that Spooky was hitting the SB Spumante last night, and it's that poison's still in the stream. Look at Gibbie over there, I'll tell you. That guy, unselfish, isn't he? The camera's on, and Olthafer and him will cheering each other up. There's a couple of real fine players that just don't get the headlines, Randy.
That's right. They're both former greats, but on this team it's very, very hard to score any points because if you do see the ball, it's probably from a rebound.
And then Dewey there, he looks a little winded, I think.
Yeah, he's been said to have asthmatism, but I have heard secretly that he's just damn out of shape.
And there's Spooky and, of course, Hootie. No, wait, that's his son Chris, isn't it? I heard that kid could already play rings around the old bat.
Yeah, he really takes him to school when they get on the one-on-one circuit.
My God, he's almost as tall as him, too.
Yeah, well,
sorry, man, go ahead.
Unlike his father, who was probably 6 foot when he was 8th grade, Chris has continued to grow, whereas Dave actually shrunk when he got into high school.
This other team doesn't exactly read like a who's who of basketball talent, but I tell you, they're playing a good game.
Yeah, they're staying right there with the old-timers. But unfortunately for them, they have Clayton and Kevin. Bockhop did exactly what he did in the first half. He jumped with his fake and then tried to take off.
I'm going to disagree, though, Randy. Tom Clayton's been a factor here. He's been hitting those long ones. Of course, he's shot about 10 of them, but it's been such a low-scoring game that they've made a big difference.
Ingersol can't get it to drop. Staver in with another foul. Of course, that could be good news. He may be close to fouling out. Popp with tenacious defense out there. Yep. Ingersol with attempted steal. He thought he got fouled.
Poor rookie, Randy. We ride him pretty hard, but why not?
Ingersol on the fast break. Puts it up left-handed. Nice. 23-16.
Guy could take it up or down either way in high school. Still can do it.
Waitig just showing off that he can use both hands on the dribble. Oh, he tried it again. I thought he traveled, but they must have got tired of blowing the whistle on him. Morrissey with a nice rebound.
Matt Morrissey, I'll tell you, that guy's really been coming on in the mirrors the last few years and being a very valuable part of this team today.
Reichers wide open, but he is so unselfish, I'll tell you. Unlike Staver hits.
Ooh, he's getting hot now. Okay, we come up and take a look at 15:01 left, 25-18. I think that's kind of their game plan, Randy, to let Gibbie shoot.
Yes, I know. They've obviously been trying to get him the ball, but Gibbie just doesn't have the confidence he did when he was on the circuit. Hand down the bucket. On the right.
Yeah, we just had some real riffraff here, folks. There it is. The Class 82, of course, buckwheat. They won it last year in a upsetting, stomach upsetting final, rather. And anyhow, they get a bye first round, and we're going to see a lot of them tomorrow, right, Randy?
That's for sure. There's some good entertainment lined up.
And of course, the team that probably has gained the most in size since high school, Tim Bockhop and Jeff Brown, the class of 1979. But we're back to the game, and back over to you, Randall Christian.
And Thomas brings it down again. I think the key that 80 is so close. Another steal by Gibbie. He's taking it down, but he pulls it up. Very unselfish. To Ingersol, nice pass.
Nice pass from Staver over to Ingersol, with Beardsley in there too. Fine, fine play.
Yes, Gibbie set up that play with a great steal. He tried for another one, couldn't get it. Nice move by Wally Hempel, but he got fouled.
14:28 left, folks. 27-18 in this thriller.
They'll be going to the line, shooting 2 now.
There's a couple guys, Randy, really serious about the game.
Yeah, they're just joking.
They just ran through in a load of turkeys.
And he hits them both. Staver will bring it down. 14 minutes left.
27-20.
Ingersol, he got quite angry at Kevin Bockhop, what he thought was a severe elbow job he did on him underneath. And that's got to be the only reason he's in there. Underneath the Gibbie. Well, nothing's there, but he threw it away. I don't believe it. They've got a 3-on-2. And it doesn't go. And another rebound by Gibbie, and they'll pull it up.
I'll tell you, Randy, Gibbie seems to be in on every play. He does as much harm as good, but he's just a factor on every play, one way or the other.
Oh, he got hammered there severely. And Kevin Bockhop doing a real wine job when he leveled Gibbie Rickers. This is incredible, folks.
I feel safe up here, thank God.
Just barely, though. And Popper, his first shot of the day, it's in.
Abdul, folks.
He's shooting 1,000, as we predicted. That Popper's got a little punch on him, but he is in incredibly good shape for a store owner who really doesn't do anything all day.
Except for count his money. I heard that guy's got a gold mine down there, Randy.
Yes,
some guys get all the luck.
A lot of people say that the infamous Joey Weagle is backed by Popper.
John Hancock, Leahy's Market, same difference.
Being very patient here. Bockhop just can't get freed up. I think they're playing him man-to-man. Staver did a little juggling job. He couldn't come down with it. That Popp plays tenacious defense. Their best ball handler tried to take him one-on-one, and Staver misses the lay-in. Popp gets it back. Mr. Hustle. Popp was a little far out there, and Thomas just turned it over, but the official's probably not too particular at this point in time.
I'll tell you, Randy, to me, if I didn't know what the game was, I figured these guys just like to dribble a lot. Drive down one side, throw it away. That's kind of what it's been the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, they have a run-and-gun offense, but it's been a run-and-kick contest for them. A lot of work being done out there by the old-timers. I hope they save a little for the next game. Nice steal by Morrissey, but Ingersol gets it back. He'll take it to the hoop. Nice play. 11-point margin.
Yeah, Randy, at halftime I hear they're going to have a travel kick and brick contest put on by the Lions Club.
They had this class of 80 should have a lot of entrance in that baby. Nice pass underneath. Morthy wide open, and he can't get it to drop. Gets his own rebound. And Ingersol gets 2 points for the takedown.
A little 4-on-1 there. Poor Morty didn't have a chance. Oh, some complaining.
And that was a really nice snivel by someone on the class of 80. We'll have to give that a 10. And Morty misses them both. Browning, good chance to bring down the rebound. He couldn't do it.
Rolled off the cup. It's 31-20. 10 minutes left.
Class of 80 playing a little one-on-one here. Man-to-man defense. Staver, nice rebound. Staver open. It's short. And Thomas with another rebound. Oh, Bockhop tries his best to steal it. Morrissey, drive to the hoop. Oh, just won't fall.
The big man took it around his back. That's some exhibition here.
Just showing off.
Took it around his back and then off the side of the jib.
He knows he's got his chance right now to go to work with Dewey von Olthafer on the bench. Morrissey's hitting a solid 10% on the free throw line now.
31-20, 9:21 remaining.
And he misses both ends again. Dave Popp has played almost the whole game. This guy must keep himself in incredible shape.
Or else he won't come out.
I don't know if Kevin Bockhop really knows what sport we're playing out there today. Thomas brings it down to Browning. Cuts. Oh, he made an incredible move.
By Joe Nicholson Browning.
Ingersol pretty lucky there. He tried to force the ball, but Browning comes up with a foul. Ingersol to the line to shoot 2. And I see, yes, Weitenhiller's back in. I can't believe he actually knows where the defensive end of the court is. Ingersol missing the first one. He'll have another try, though. And it's short, but look at that Dwayne Bockhop hustle. Ingersol puts up a nice shot. We have 11-point lead with 8 minutes.
Now to give Dewey Bockhop an assist on that one, Randy.
He really scrapped in there. Weitenhiller should take a little notes on that one. Waiting missing, and Bockhop with the rebound and the shot that is probably 5 feet out of his range. Oh, Popp in there for the rebound. He can hit it. And the 3-on-1 comes up empty.
33-22. Boy, I hope they can convert this. That'd be a real shame. They had 2 ducks underneath the basket. Of course, if we had Donald Speth here, there'd be 3 ducks.
Weitenhiller with the ball. He'll go hoop, but no. Olthafer couldn't believe it either, and he wasn't ready for a pass. Browning crams himself down the middle, but he gets lucky with a foul call. And another air ball for the class of 80. And there's T-Bird on the bench. He's disgusted. He can't believe how unselfish he's been and how bad his team is playing. Bockhop with the ball. This guy's a magician. Weitenhiller gets the ball stolen away. And Bockhop with a great defensive play. And Kevin Bockhop can't believe that bone-breaking hack was a foul.
Well, it's not like up in the haymow, that's for sure. You break a guy's arm, it's usually a foul. And Dewey, he's got his chance. I don't believe he's scored yet, has he, Rand?
No, he's just, I'll tell you, one rolling pin to the head can really hurt a guy's career.
There we go. That's the enigma is broke. I think he's going to be back now.
At least he'll make the paper tomorrow.
All right, there we go.
He's still got the electric eye, that's for sure.
There's that confident gait back as he heads back to his defensive position.
And a nice tie-up by Staver. And Weitenhiller was actually in on defense that time.
I'd have to see the replay on that, Rand.
A little 5-on-4. Nice move by Weitenhiller, and he gets it to drop. Yes, Homer Bockhop was standing down on offense, a lot like Ken Van Bogaert used to do in intramurals. Every once in a while, that produced the hoop. Not too often, though.
Well, Randy, I just did that because you were usually counteractive under the opposite basket.
Ooh.
Manute Joe, he's controlling things, missed the slam, but he's still got control of the ball.
He should have been about 5 feet closer on that one. Will be ball out for the Old Timers with a 13-point lead, 4.5 minutes left. Staver just won the prize for long drive. He'll go to the line.
Too bad he was furthest from the cup. Well, that Uki, he's been a factor today.
Get him. And there's John Donahoe waiting patiently for his big chance to get at the winners of this game. Last year, if you recall, he had 45 fouls.
He's just hoping that sixth guy doesn't show up this year, Randy, because he got a lot of playing time last year.
Yes, and by the end of the game, he was on half court. And Weitenhiller got called for a blocking foul. I thought he was asleep there, and he hadn't moved for about 5 minutes.
3:35 left in the game, 38-24. Looks like the Old Timers are going to advance to the second round.
Yes, that'll give them a one-game winning streak in the alumni tournament. And Thomas with, I don't know what do you call that series of events there.
It's called stat time.
Weitenhiller, speaking of stats, Weitenhiller passed off. He gives his friend Bockhop a bucket.
There he is. There's the guy shooting from the side, we know. Those two free throws, I think, really boosted the big man's confidence.
Yeah, he's found it. Next game, he'll do some damage.
Oh! Oh, that looked clean to me, Ron.
Speaking of damage, he did some real damage there.
Of course, that looked clean to me, but you know my record.
That's right. No blood, no call. That's one of the few free throws this team's hit today. It's really cost them on the line. Because you know 70, 71, 72 are going to come here hacking, especially when they have 3 extra people.
Browning's played a pretty good game for them.
Bockhop, they're all over him. Staver couldn't find it. And Bockhop with another rebound. He puts it up. This guy is going to do some damage the next game, folks.
I'll tell you, now they got to get Manute Joel rolling and get that guy moving. And these guys, they just might be my pick to win it all.
Clayton hits another skyrocket. Gibbie Ricker's back in the ball. They must have a good lead now because he's in there. He'll run out the clock. Olthafer with a nice rebound, and they'll maintain the ball.
Turned into kind of a rout, Randy. I think, seriously, though, we did expect these guys to win.
Yes, they've just got too many weapons in there. Now that Gibbie's back this year, you know, how do you stop that many good ball players?
Well, you can stop them by giving Gibbie the ball all the time, I think.
Staver misses and then he fouls. They should be a little more patient here. They have a big lead. Can't afford to stop that clock.
the big man there, Joe, really ties that middle up. There was a foul there, and they did get a shot, but makes a big difference to have that big man in the middle.
Clayton goes to the line now. He's been pretty inconsistent, you might call it.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's important to have the big man in the middle, and it's important to have a man with a big middle like Dave Weitenhiller.
And he's still running. That's what you get from, oh, he must have put a funny spin on the ball.
Nice pass from Weitenhiller there. Gibbie's going to play a little defense now. He's upset. He's going to hound him on both ends.
Yes, he has been playing tenacious defense in there all day. And as the bench yells, "Don't foul," Weitenhiller buries his hatchet into Hempel's head.
I think it was the crowd crying foul.
Yes, Dave was just hoping he could get away with 3 hacks in a row. How does anybody else have a chance of getting a rebound with?
Well, there's less than a minute left. We'll just see how far out they launch these shots from.
Gibbie's open. Unselfish, unselfish. They're spreading it out with a 13-point lead. I'll tell you, the fans are not happy about this.
There's one call worse than that 4 corners, Randy. That's a timeout when you're behind by 13 with only a few seconds left.
I mean, with a 13-point lead, a half minute left, you've got to be disgusted with this type of ball.
I think that just cost them the sportsmanship award.
This is definitely unbecoming of a basketball team.
The Jim's Mobile Sportsmanship Award, Randy, I think that's in real jeopardy.
Yep.
And then Dave Stattenheller at the line, too. You somehow think that he maybe manipulated that. Or even manipulated that.
Or something like that. Weitenhiller hits. He's really putting some points up this year. Last year, he put a lot of shots up, but not many points. Thomas dove for the goal line.
And he scored. But he fumbled as he crossed, and they ruled a touchback. The other team will have it.
Very reminiscent of his football career.
There's a long one. Up there to Gibbie. He sets, he shoots.
Oh.
And the results aren't surprising. Look at that, a dirty player, too. Frustration etched in his face.
Yes, he can't believe that he's missing. It's a very new experience for him.
He knows his playing time will be cut after this poor performance.
Browning goes to the line.
Yep, the ref said 1 and 1, and Gibbie immediately yelled out 2. Can't get anything by that guy.
But as usual, it's been 1 for this team at the line. Weitenhiller with the ball. He'll probably go into the 4 corners with 9 seconds left.
That must have slid out of his hands. He wasn't passing that, was he?
It did. We missed that little foul in there that must have just tipped the ball.
I thought for a brief moment he was shoveling off the Reichers in an unselfish sportsman-type play.
But, of course, we knew better right off. He's really putting up some points. If he had played at least 1 second of defense, he might have been in there for the MVP. And quite an air ball there. And now he's sleeping on defense, too. I'll tell you, this Weitenhiller, he's tripping all over the headlines. You thought that was a last-second shot, but he would have put that up anyway, folks.
Well, folks, there she is, 44-29.
Now zooming in on the good sportsmanship that is present in all these basketball games you'll see here today. Of course, we all know Weitenhiller wouldn't be out there shaking hands had they lost.
The only reason he's shaking his hand is to get the blood back into it from shooting so much.
Yes, I sort of read his lips as he was going through the line. He said, "How'd you like my good game?"
I thought he was saying, "How many did I have?" Well, we'll cut away. We'll be right back.
Folks, with Tom Thomas, who was voted the MVP on the losing team. Now, Tom, what do you think was your biggest problem out there? Why couldn't you dribble the ball today?
Oh, we haven't had practice. Haven't practiced for 5 years, and
Yeah, with time, these things really crop up. Now, I noticed your team really had a lot of problems on the free throw line. Do you think that was the cause of your loss?
yeah, We didn't set up enough or nothing. We didn't set up, and we just haven't had the practice none. We haven't been together for a while. And what can I say?
I've got to call you on that from up here, though, T-Bird. You guys weren't that good in high school. What do you talk about the practice?
Well, what can you say? We like our beer too much. We can't move like we used to.
Now, one good thing did come out of the game today, Thomas. You did set a new record for most fouls in one quarter.
Oh, I did? That was Wally Hempel.
No,
you gotta mix around.
You're mistaken, Randy. T-Bird had the total dribbling time record.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Now, we saw you at the end of the game dive across the touchdown line down there at the end. Were you thinking you were in the wrong sport or something?
Oh, no. We like to score any way we can.
Including with the ball tucked under your arm, right?
That's right.
Now, that 7 points there did help you, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to bring you back.
Well, we might win a game next year. We haven't won one yet. Didn't want to start right away.
Now, did you have any key players that were missing today?
Well, yeah, Brad Van Meter should have been here today. He could have helped us a lot, but he's home with the sweetie somewhere, I guess. I don't know which one, but he's home with her.
Yes, it would have been nice to have one guy on the team who could dribble. Well, Tom, thanks a lot for being in our booth today.
Hey, anytime.
Now, folks, back in the booth after a most exciting game. The class of 71, 72, 73 totally dominated the class of 80 in this one. Now, a little later, we'll be having an interview with 3 of the MVPs from the 72 class. We really couldn't pick out one, so hopefully we'll hear from all 3. But during this little intermission, we'll be showing you some highlights of last year's game where the class of 72 was upset by a lesser team.
Out early in the game here, folks. Then there was a crew and had the old-timers looking over their shoulders at the devil that was chasing them. But anyhow, they'd find some good ways to get the ball like this, but then they'd stumble it right back to the young guys. And a frustrated Dave Weitenhiller took himself to the bench in disgust. He couldn't believe what was going on. But after some fine play by Dave Popp, he incidentally was leading intramural score in 72, edging out yours truly by 3 points. No hard feelings, Dave. He brought them back on a roll. And some passes to the big man. Joe Olthafer, 5-slam-a-jamma, puts this one home to give them a comfortable lead in the third quarter. The big man was a factor in that game. Big Joe Olthafer, and that's the way it looked with 2:53 left. The old-timers ahead 32-31. And back to 40 seconds. They were ahead 36-34. They had the man they wanted at the free throw line, Bill Ingersol, most valuable player in the conference his senior year, once scored 46 in a game. On the line, rolled off the first one. And then the second one, the same thing. Now Dave Weitenhiller's turn to come to the line. He pumps up the first one. It's good. That made it 37-34, the old-timers. Weitenhiller there. Gives a steal, but the second one rolls off. And a foul by Klein. As you can see in slow motion come up here. A crucial backcourt foul that put Marty Speth, a good free throw shooter, on the line. Edging into him, he pushed off, and the ref called it. A lot of controversy here, folks. Refs, 2 buck-ups are roughing the game. With 2 buck-ups in the game, there was supposed to be a 3 buck-up rule out there, but it was never counted till later. So here's Marty Speth at the line. There's about 30 seconds left here. He pumps one up. That brings him within 2. Makes it 36-34. And then it comes up, Marty Speth again on the line for the second shot. He puts it through. Klein tries to bring it down, out of bounds. Pops on the line, shooting the free throw. No good, they're so cold at the line. Ingersoll's turn again. No good. There's just the way that they went for the old-timers here at the very end of the game. There's about 15 seconds left now. Pumps it up and good. That puts the old-timers ahead by 2. About 6 seconds, but a slack defense. Watches a great play by Bockhop. Lays it up and in. That puts them into overtime. Actually, not quite yet. The old-timers do have a chance here. 26 seconds left in overtime now. Well, we're going to move her down. Here's probably the play that broke their back in overtime. Nice pass from Popp over to Ingersol. He's got the time, puts up that patented jumper of his. It's in. The old-timers can feel the victory. The ball's going to go in the hoop. But no, watch it roll around there. It almost defies gravity as it slings its way out. They foul. Young guys come up to the line here. He's shooting a free throw. He's going to put the Old Timers behind by 3 if he hits it. No, he misses it. But look how flat-footed the Old Timers are. Marty's, or rather, that's Bockhop putting the rebound up. Speth puts it up now. The guys are just flat-footed. Of course, Speth being so tall had the big advantage. Now a nice tip in here. This will put the young guys up by 3, virtually sealing the game with just a few seconds left. So it was a real heartbreaker for the Old Timers. They should have won the game. They had Dwayne Bockhop missing. Just colder than all get out from the floor and from the free throw line at the end were the big factors. Here's probably their last ditch attempt here in overtime. The ball comes in over to Klein. He's going to put it up here. This is the big controversial finish, right? He puts it up. Watch the clock, folks. 4 seconds left. They're calling timeout. Now the referee, I don't know whether they didn't call timeout or the score didn't see it in time, but it ticks down all the way from 4 seconds to 1 second, and they just don't even have a realistic chance. That's the way it turns out, 42-40. So back over to you, Randy.
We're back, sports fans, at the Belmont Sport Arena for a semifinal game. First of all, it's the youngsters who are last year's champion. They made a phenomenal effort with just 5 people and won it all last year. Run and gun, run and gun. They'll be playing the Old Timers again, who squeaked through their first game with a great effort, winning by 13. Dave Weitenhiller last game basically took him to school. The other heavies in the game, Dwayne Bockhop, just coming off retirement, had a shaky start, but towards the end of the game, he really took him to school. Dave Popp, last game's defensive MVP, was expected to play tight defense and hold him down good. Last game, we had a lot of trouble with Olthafer. He just couldn't find the range. He had a lot of rebounds, but we didn't get the offensive punch we thought we'd get out of him. Other stands out, Bill Ingersol had a bad game. Good defense, good ball movement, he just couldn't hit the key shot. Staver had a lot of shooting troubles, and one that was really surprising, Gibbie Reichers, a former MVP of this tournament, was almost sacked. And already fans were getting heckling from the fans. I can't believe it. The game hasn't even started and we're getting abused. Well, we'll try and get the ushers and get them out of here, you know. But there's the buzzer. It's game time. One last minute conference and we'll be ready to go.
Okay, folks, we're ready to begin the game. Lester Speth down here with several death threats up to Randy Christian for the play-by-play comments last year, but otherwise it looks to be a pretty sedated group here. Weasel's trying to pawn off this Muscle Beach shirt, I don't know.
Ken, it looks like he's got a sore shoulder there, you know, he's sort of loosening it up.
They do have a sub this year, Joey Hentrich on the bench, kind of bucking tradition.
There's sort of a good chance he may not get out there either. I can't believe this Lester Speth jump against Olthafer. What a mismatch. And Dave Weitenhiller dives in and knocks the ball out of bounds. What a great play by Dave. He starts off the game rather well. Ball in the Brad Bockhop. Works around. In the corner. Oh, and Olthafer makes a great clean block. I don't believe he got ticketed there.
Well, it's the old basketball coach for these boys, Randy. Reference tonight, you might see a few calls that are suspect.
And he hits the first free throw. 1-0. In the second round, there will be no spot.
And no chance for the Old Timers.
And the official score is sleeping, but it is 2-0. Popper brings it down. Mr. Defense. He looks, finds Ingersol. He's got a nice screen by Weitenhiller, puts it up, and he still can't find the range. Olthafer battling for the rebound. But Buckwheat pulls it down. And Weasel to Brad. He charges, and Popper slams it out of Olthafer, bringing it down like a smooth point guard. Lays it off the Staver. Oh, he misses the layup. But he gets a foul down. A big break.
I'll tell you, Olthafer looked like Kareem bringing the ball down the pines that time, Randy. I thought he was going to jam it home, but he unselfishly passed it off.
That guy is a real team player. Luckily, he didn't get fouled. First shot up, Staver rips the net, pulling within one. Second one good, and it's a tie game.
82.
Brad Bockhop working the ball off the buck. He puts it up, and he hits it, and maybe a chance for a three-point ball.
I'll tell you, Randy, just a little bit different caliber of competition this game than the last.
Yes, they're going to have to work a lot harder against these youngsters. They play good, solid basketball. Weitenhiller down the court. We expect to see big things out of him this game. Davis free, puts it up, and he's fouled on the wrist, and it doesn't drop. He'll go to the line.
Well, Lukey's keeping up the tradition. He was an early pumper last game. He's accounted for their only 2 points. Let's see if he can put these in.
First one up, and it's good. Hanging on there. 3-4. Second one. Be off. No, it drops. And he's got all 4 points. 4-4 tie. Brad Bockhop brings the ball down. He'll be the primary ball handler of this team. Lefty putting up a dream, and it doesn't go. Dave Weitenhiller with a key rebound in the lands of the Giants. They've got the double team on him. He breaks it. Down the court, Ingersol. They'll have trouble balling this guy up. Around to Dewey. He puts it up. He still can't get it to go. What a nice hustle by Popp. Out front, Ingersol. Bingo!
The key there, Randy, was Dewey missed that shot, but he kept in there, and he got the ball out of control of one of their players and got Bill Ingersol the chance to make that shot.
He was definitely out of control, Ken. Nice block by Popp.
I think I heard that one coming, Randy.
I can't believe the call by Vosevich. This guy is definitely biased. 72ers definitely have their work against them. A good team they're playing, plus they have the officials pressing on them. And Lester Speth got Staver on the hand, no call. Puts it up, no good. Staver again with the rebound, up. No good. Should have passed it off. They come the other way. 6-5, 72ers. Donahoe flies through the middle. Nothing. Weitenhiller with another big rebound. But he dribbled it off his own foot. No, that was a bad call. That was off Donahoe's foot. But the official was having a nice nap at the time. Staver prevents the basket by fouling. Donahoe will go to the line for 2. I'll tell you, this is already looking bad. The officials are obvious bias. Donahoe to shoot the 2-0. And he hits the first one.
I figured the officials were a little biased, Randy, when we shot the free throws and they were hollering at the fella shooting them.
Yes.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Writing was written on the wall when the wings were tossed.
With it even.
Did I stutter? When they put the youngsters with the Belmont team and the more loyal old-timers as visitors. Ingersol just can't get it to fall. Right now, a big rebound, puts it up. Nothing. He should have passed that.
Oh, Minute. Oh, a bad hack in the face. Is he okay? Looks like the glass is split. We're going to man right down there to check that out. I think the glass is split. There are special cryptum-tinged glasses for that man.
It's definitely Popp.
He's asking if there's an optometrist up at the scores table.
He's 8-6.
Olthafer might be out of here, Randy. This could be a crucial blow. He's working over those glasses.
Camps, nice inside move. Buckles a step late. It's tie game.
No, the glasses are back on. It's a false alarm, I guess. Thank God.
That's good. It would really hurt to see Olthafer already in the game. Ingersol working, tries a double team. Weitenhiller up. It's left. Got to crash those boards. Brad Bockhop down the middle to Lester. Jump ball. No, I can't believe it. It's a foul. I'll tell you, Ivasovich is getting a little vacation money here today, it looks like. And Lester felt a little guilty getting the call on that one. He had a little mercy on
I see Gibbie Reichers is coming into the lineup, Randy,
This could mean big things,
for the 82ers.
And the 82s have a 1-point lead. Coming the other way now.
Dave Weitenhiller already watching the clock, hoping to get that last shot in. Himself, that is.
Try and eat off 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Dwayne Bockhop seems to be a little tentative again about shooting.
Some tough defense there, Randy.
Yeah, they're definitely playing the perimeter defense. He's open and he's hot. And it goes again.
6 points for Hookie so far.
And a 1-point lead for the Old-Timers. Joey has a little trouble with the ball. No, not just a little. Nice play by Gibbie. But no. I hope Ivasovich doesn't get chapped lips from blowing that whistle all day. Camps in the corner, draws Buck about, but nothing to be found. Ooh, and he lays it in. Off the Buckup. We're waiting for Buckup to break out of it, open up, and get some big points. Then he throws it away. Coming the other way, 2-on-2. Buckwheat can hit it, follows. And it doesn't go. But nobody in there for the read.
Oh, folks, that was brutal. That was ugly. A fancy flip by Gibbie there. Couldn't hide that main conflict that was underneath there. No, there's no bonus ready, Randy. Let's back out to the side.
Pass to the big man. He can't get it to go.
Oh.
This class of 72 cannot get a break.
I don't know. Has Gibbie fouled out yet? He must be in serious trouble already. That's got to be at least his third, and at least, well, that's only about 30 seconds of play.
Hey, that's 6 fouls already called by the officials, and I didn't see any of them. You getting paid to do this, or am I? We're getting a little heckling from the crowd already. And the ball comes the other way, 13-10.
Yeah, that Van Bogaert family is quite a basketball family, Randy.
Yeah, too bad none of them took up the game. Weitenhiller hits. God love him.
Well, it was just a matter of time. The law averages do.
Stand out last game.
They've got young Joey Hentrich, the first time they've had a sub in this tournament.
And he's just marking time. Lester Speth hits from the outside. 3-point lead.
Pretty good touch for a big man, Randy. And remember, he still holds a grudge against you from last year.
Look, he doesn't hit it off short. We'll come the other way. And he throws it away.
You know, so far, Brad Bockhop hasn't really been a factor. He was their MVP, I think, in the tournament last year. And if he gets hot, he might just open it up for him.
Yeah, he's been playing the role of a playmaker so far. Hasn't really gone into the offensive mode. Dwayne Bockhop wide on, puts it up. He hits. That could be a big factor. That guy was one of the greatest shooters in the history of Belmont High School. Hentrich throws one up. That's got to help 72ers. You get that guy shooting.
15-14, folks. 9-19, a surprisingly close game.
Dewey wide open. He puts it up again. A little short. 2-on-1. And they put in the easy break.
Well, it's 17-14 now. They just can't run with those young guys. They better play a more methodical defense. Ooh.
He's taking some bad shots now. He started off hot. We got a 3-on-1 now. nobody's getting back on defense.
Nice pass by Joey Hentrich, folks. Straight back from the service. Just for this tournament this weekend.
Weitenhiller working around the key now. The Popp. Ingersol, we got to get the offense out of Bill. Working around the popper. In the corner. Puts it up. Staver gets the rebound, puts it up. Good play. 3-point lead for the class of 82.
Hookie's been just a little unconscious here.
Fast pass, but they get away with murder. Camps in there for 4 or 5 seconds, but as usual, we have a nearsighted official. Out to Gibbie. He's waiting for his big chance. He's been pretty tentative. Ingersol out front. He penetrates out to Bill.
I gotta say, Hootie's got an itchy finger there. Yep, there it goes.
And once again, the whistle goes against the class of 72. How surprising.
You can tell Gunnar when Hootie hadn't had a shot up for 3-4 minutes that he was just dying to go for the rim.
He definitely had a bad case.
Ooh!
Gibbie dives, and Hentrich dives, and it comes in from out of bounds. Surprising correct call by the official.
Kind of a sad story here, man, eh? When a guy gives all he has but has so little to give.
Yeah, Gibbie sure gave 200%.
Oh! And again. Oh, this is sad. There's no the humanity. There's no words for this. And he's off to the side.
5-point lead. Hentrich shoots. That's a good sign.
Oh!
That's gotta hurt.
He must have been playing in those armed service leagues, Randy. He's looking pretty hot.
Definitely class X, though. Weitenhiller, nice move. He can't get it to drop. That's a loose ball. The 72ers are just getting smoked, getting back to the ball. Bad shot by Hentrich and a foul by Donahoe. And they'll take it out. Of course they aren't in the bonus. And you have a timeout on the field for the class of 72.
All right, the class of 1982 leading the class of 72 and friends, 23-16. 6:05 left. Randy, you pan over to the bench. Just what kind of observations could he make? I think that Bill Ingersol hasn't been too much of a factor. Neither has Dave Popp, and they're pretty much the leaders in that first game.
They've got to definitely be discouraged, Ken. They're having a little trouble only getting points out of a couple players, but the officiating has been totally terrible.
I think, Randy, maybe this guy here could be the answer. Chris Weitenhiller, I think maybe if he came in for his dad, that could be quite an improvement for the team.
It definitely can't hurt. Here are the officials. Lord only knows where they came from, but obviously Vazovic coached his younger class of 82, and he's definitely got a sentimental edge going for them.
Along with probably a C note.
And obviously the other official has never ever seen a basketball game before.
Well, I heard the spread on the game. The early line was 10 points, dropped to 8 points. Who's your money on, Randy?
Well, I was going to bet on 72 until I saw the lineup of officials. Then I had to withdraw my bet. Of course, it can't be as bad as the Bockhop triangle of last year. Got to get more motion out of Olthafer.
Oh, ill-advised pass by Dewey.
But it'll come the same way. Weitenhiller opens, puts it up, and it's good. He'll hit that shot all day, a 5-point bulge. And a foul on Ingersol.
Camps is tough underneath, Randy. He's pretty smooth.
Yes, of course, sitting in the lane for 6 or 7 seconds, he ought to be able to get good position.
Randy, I think his toe's over the line, but of course the ref's not going to call that one.
Well, why would he? He doesn't call the obvious.
Look at that, Minute Joel, the big man.
They don't even try for the rebound with him like that.
And then he modestly makes his way down to the other end of the floor to take care of business.
And a big hack again, and what do you know, they called it. Ingersol will go to the line for 2. Trailing by 5, you can bring him in tight here. Oh, puts it up a little heavy. He'll have one more chance. And he hits a second one, 4-point game. And a nice read by Bill Ingersol. It goes down. And Dewey with a big rebound. Popper gets it again. They can't get it to drop. And Speth dribbles on the line, but of course another foul is called.
Boy, they had 3 good chances there, Rand. That's got to hurt.
Hopefully Hentrich will shoot here, but no. Brad shoots from long range and the offensive rebound. That hurts. He throws a bullet through the middle, and they come out of it smelling like a rose. Giving Speth a 30-footer with good reason. Oh, what do you know? He missed a shot, but there's a foul. You learned something.
Again, Randy, the angry fans down below.
We're sitting in the 82 section right now. They are quite abusive to the announcers.
We do have an electrified fence around the edge here protecting us, though, from all abuse.
Misses both ends of the second with an air ball. He felt so guilty about that.
2:43, folks, left in the half, 23-19. The Old-Timers staying amazingly close.
They now let the Bockhop. Bockhop has been hitting him, but he just can't get the open shot now. But they know he's hot. They won't give him anything. Not the Ingersol. And a big foul. Lester doing jump jacks right on top of him. And you can't believe the call. And a big foul.
Well, Randy, that's kind of how you had Lester pegged last year. He never did fall out, though. I'll have to give him that.
Well, with the Bockhop triangle out there, it was awful. Ingersol goes left to back, puts it up. Oh, they can't get it to drop. 4-point bulge. And once again, it seems like every time they shoot, there's a nasty old whistle when they miss. It's kind of interesting why this is happening. What do you say, Ken?
Yeah, I don't know, Randy. I thought we'd wait till the second half to start making these excuses, but might as well get early started because it might be a blowout by then.
And the second one is good. Well, that's a little different from those 2 air balls last time, but maybe learns from his mistakes. And now that finds the pick. Oh, we can't get the ball. And another fast break. Nice play by Olthafer. And the officials raise their hand going, oh, I don't know, we might as well call a foul.
I thought maybe did they give him the basket?
I believe they got a
I believe they
complimentary point on that one,
they gave him the basket, and
but they gave the other team the ball.
it's kind of like a safety.
Never puts it up. I think he is one on his walk. Lester Speth running errantly down the court. Buckwheat shoots and he hits. Slowing the game down, but I think down by 8.
Randy, is that Dan Hamilton over there? Was he barred from the tournaments this year after that brutal hacking spell last year?
Well, I think he went over the weight limit for eligibility.
I know that could be true. That's what happened to me, but I'm hoping to make it next year.
And a nice pass, putting them up by 10. I think we need a little more hustle out of the class of 72.
Weitenhiller checking out the clock, folks. There's a mere 21 seconds left, down by 10.
Can't see the strategy, Ken. Down by 10, going for one shot.
Well, there's only 20 seconds left, though, Randy. They figure if they miss it, which they most likely will, they'll be down by 12. Staver's on the ground.
And they call Staver for a foul. I can't believe it. Who is this official? Van Bogaert errantly ran him over like a freight train, and the call goes the other way. This guy is bad, fans.
Yeah, that Van Bogaert's quite a member of a basketball family there, Randy. It's
Yes, like I said before, again, too bad none of them took up the game.
I think he had an older brother that was second in the intramural scoring his senior year. Just barely lost the title at a heartbreaking.
Yes, and he was also first in fouling and last in defense.
I believe he was instrumental in knocking off that Christian team that was so highly touted by yourself, wasn't it? Well, folks,
Mike hasn't been plugged in the whole game. Good burn.
up here, we're back here now. Have to apologize for a little mic difficulties the first half. I'm sure you realize that by now, but we're going to start the second half. Randy, what about that first half? 29-19. It was a close game until about the last 5 minutes.
Yes, we don't seem to be getting balanced scoring out of the class of 72, 71, and 70. There's just a couple players that were really picking up the slack. Staver had a hot first half, and Weitenhiller. But besides that, we didn't get much scoring.
Yeah, Dave Popp was pretty hot defensively and on the offensive boards the first game, and he's kind of been a non-factor here so far.
Yeah, he's been on the all-defensive team for the past 2 years, and he's still playing good defense, but they could use a little offense out of him.
Well, we'll go down and catch a little of the fans here in the stand. They've been so kind to pay their dollar to see this high entertainment.
And they seem to be storming the booth to get it back.
You can see it's a capacity crowd here. They had to send some people over to the other side. They didn't want the bleachers to break. A little earlier on, we didn't catch it on mic. We were getting some abuse, but after that doze with the water pistol, they've calmed down considerably. And now, go ahead, Randy, sorry.
Okay, looks like we're ready for the second half tip-off. Class of 82 will get the ball in. And we're going with the 2 ball handlers on the bench.
Oh, my golly, Randy, you're wrong.
What?
Never mind, folks, just a little technical difficulty there. We're back to live
And
action.
Popper hits the ball square, no contact, and Ivasovic instinctively blows the whistle. This is great, fans. He makes the Russian officials in the Olympics look like they're moderate. And Gibbie, a big rebound. Popper down the court. Bockhop open in the corner. They aren't giving him too much room to shoot, but he puts it up. Oh, won't go. And Olthafer tips it out. And another 2-on-1 break. And he overlays it, and Olthafer hammers it to the other team. Off to Donahoe, puts it up. Nothing.
Big intimidation by the big man.
Oh, and a big foul. And Ivasovic is definitely in the pocket right now. This guy is really doing a sad, sad job of fishing. He gives the ball back to that team, even though the ball didn't even hit Bockhop.
Oh, Manute, a big board.
Olthafer, big board. This is really getting bad, folks.
Yeah, Randy, when you heard the fans hoot like that, you know that there's insurrection in the making.
It would have been different if he had actually hit the ball back into Bockhop, but he did not hit him. He drove it right into the floor. Wait. Oh, yes. He calls it going blue. Yes, even blue can't believe they have the ball. Brad Bockhop puts it up, no good. Olthafer just can't quite bring it in. Oh, huh. He couldn't find a way to excuse giving it to Red that time. Not much movement on the class of 72 right now. Staver puts it up, can't hit it. And the fast break continues to hurt the class of 72.
Yeah, Randy, that's what I predicted in the pregame show, that the class of 1972 would have to keep them from doing the fast breaking.
Oh, that was an awful hasty whistle, fans.
They just don't have the speed and the horsepower to go with these guys right up and down the court. Maybe 15 years ago.
Staver throws it away. And Lester Speth with another easy basket.
Twice, just backing up what I said, Randy, they've got to play a little more methodical offense. Like that.
And Brad Bockhop tries to save it, brings it out to Staver. He drives the hoop, he's fouled.
Uki's trying to win this one himself. He's really driving that basket.
What is that, 2 fouls in the class 82 now, Ken?
It's unconscious, isn't it, Randy?
Staver puts it up, he rips it. Second one up, it's gonna be off. And ooh, he keeps it alive. But Gibbie just can't quite get it. He turned it over, but who was looking? Nobody.
Boy, Speth had a lot of baskets underneath. A little out of cherry pickers right underneath that hoop.
Popper comes down with the ball. 16 minutes left. I don't understand why they haven't got their offense in there, Ken. It's getting late. The margin is big. And Popper steps on the line. Another costly turnover.
Well, Rand, like you said, there's only 15 minutes left, and anyhow, they're down by 15. They've got a long ways to make it up. They better start hustling a little bit more.
They've got to get their offensive threats in there right now. Right now, they're down to about 1 shooter.
I say that haltingly, though, Randy, because I just said that before that if they do hustle, they're going to get beat worse, so I don't know what to do. I think the stall would have been in order from the beginning.
Yes.
And the big man.
Olthafer, he just can't hit the follow.
His glasses are taped, frustration etched in the face of that big man.
And Popper comes down with the rebound. Ingersol cutting cross lane. Spins in the corner to Staver. Having trouble handling the ball now.
That's what I'd like to see, Randy. I'd like to see Ingersol start driving the hoop here.
Spensley puts it up. He can't get it to fall. Surprising Ivasovich called this one the right way. Into Popp, 14 minutes left.
Ooh, I don't know.
And a
about
loose
that.
ball, hustling for the ball. Olthafer, of course, gets the call.
Looked like a dead even grab on that ball to me, Ryan.
Well, like the officials say, there's only one way it can go, Ken. Into Buckwheat. He turns. Good block. But he excuses it by saying with the body. We'll see if Buckwheat feels a little guilty here. But he doesn't. He'll take anything. And a follow by Lester Speth.
Very, very nice tip, and that guy was right up there at the
Steve
top of the rim.
Spensley never even attempted to block him out. And he throws it errantly across the court. This guy has really been a deficit here.
Well, I'll tell you, Rand, you might as well put the mic down and go ahead in and get a few shots in yourself.
They'd probably call me for travel anyway, Ken.
There's Bockhop a little later than we expected, but anyhow, 12-16 left, down by 20.
I think it's time to get Spensley out of there and get their best team on the floor.
Camps has been having a hot game.
Bockhop again, and he hits another one. He's starting to cook it up. Nice try by Gibbie. He batted that away. They had an easy layup coming. And Spensley once again gets beat to the inside.
Well, you're going to foul him, Randy. Might as well take his hand off.
He was there way too late to even get a foul in, Ken. And Camps hits. 47-24. It's looking bleak. And he's off.
Hootie shamelessly struggling to build up his points. You figured that guy would come out of the game.
Well, he's just trying to get something going, Ken.
For himself. It's the meat generation.
There's a lot of scouts here today. And Ivasovich missed that the ball was out of bounds, so he's stuck in a little token traveling there. And Popper brings it the other way. Ingersol to Bockhop. Back to Ingersol. And around to Popper. They've got to speed up the wheels here, down by 23. Popper puts up. No good. Ingersol got leveled by Bockhop, but no call.
Well, Rand, 9 minutes, 59 seconds left. They're down by 17. Oh, actually, 23, the House of Bernie math.
It's tough to play the game 5-on-7. Ingersol throws it away inadvertently. And Popper made a nice move coming around him, tipping away, but what do you know, nasty old call. Hentrich throws up a real dream. And a nice block by Bill Ingersol. I don't know, Ken. I think Randy Ivasovich is the MVP so far. What do you think? Ingersol, nice drive, nicely. He puts it in. Coming the other way, the fast break. He'll hold it up.
You wonder why they didn't go to Ingersol more on that fast break the whole game, Rand.
Popper with almost a nice steal.
Might not have hurt to play a little slack on defense to try to fast break yourself. But hindsight's always 20/20.
And Speth gets the roll.
He's been hot. I bet he's got 14, 16 points this game.
And the quadruple reverse steal, and Spensley throws it away. Say, this guy is definitely in the wrong sport. Dewey tries again. He puts it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, just enjoy that last bit of action there because I think in the last 9 minutes you're going to see a lot of that.
Bockhop going to the line. Shooting one. He puts it up. Can't get it to drop.
They're under a real tight time restriction here, and the refs just don't call them when the games get too long.
And how's that for fancy passing, folks? Oh, nice move down the middle. Hootie just can't get it to drop, and they're on the fast break again. And Hentrich misses as predicted.
I don't know if these are cries of disbelief or just dismay from the crowd, Randy.
They can. It's tough to beat 7 people and Steve Spensley.
Randy, your knife is sharp.
And it's thrown away. But wait, maybe there was a foul. Popper brings it down, 6.5 minutes left. They'll have to do something in a hurry. Ingersol, nice fake underneath, and Lester comes through with a shoulder block.
You know, Randy, it gets to this point of the game, I wish they would quit the mock charade of played team and just go ahead and see some real one-on-one moves. They were way out of this game.
They definitely weren't playing team defense, Ken.
51-29. I just hope they don't get doubled.
And Bill hits on both.
Young Joy here showing some surprising spunk, Randy. That's some not surprising ball handling.
A nice pass by Ingersol. Popper just cannot get on. He's hammered by Lester Speth. No call. How did Shakespeare say it? Ite official, Ken? And Weitenhiller's run over, but Ivasevic, figuring the game is over, calls it.
For whom the whistle tolls, Randy. But if you don't have them in your pocket,
Ingersol from way outside can't get it to drop, and the offensive rebound's very slim. Weitenhiller, nice move. And Spensley steals the ball from Ingersol, and he puts it in. Timeout on the field. With a score, the Old Timers 34 and the class of 82 51.
okay, here we go. That's on tape.
Really? And the ball's in play. Brad Bockhop works it out front to Donahoe. And another offensive rebound, been very costly this afternoon.
They're tough on the boards, Randy, though. Give them their due, these young guys. That's why they won it last year.
Speth threw up such a bullet, it was too hot to handle off the board even. Afraid the height has been a real problem here today, Ken. They're just getting out-rebounded so bad.
I'll tell you, Randy, there's one thing good about these last 5 minutes. It's going to give us some great fodder for the blooper tape next year.
I thought this whole thing was a blooper tape, Ken. And Weitenhiller with another rebound. He traveled. He tried to fight off Olthafer.
Look at, he pats him on the back, but hey, those guys are both fighting for the stats.
He actually hates his guts, I think, Ken.
He's taking the bread off his table. Or something
Camps
like that.
hits from outside. He's been cooking too.
Yeah, Randy, we aren't as sharp as we could have been, but I'll tell you, this game is just so heartbreaking to see our classmates going down the tubes like this.
It's
just
hard to get up, and Lester hits him on the hand, but no whistle. Bockhop shoots. He's hammered.
Randy, I'll tell you, though, this really isn't a whole heck of a lot different than it was in high school, though, come to think of it. put Bloomington out there in the blue, or Benton or Cassville or Highland. Just about anybody you want, Calamine, and it's the same result.
Yeah, but they had a lot of heart, Ken.
I believe their record was Hart and 22 that year, wasn't it?
And it's tipped away.
My God, fans, a mere 3 minutes left, thank God.
Brad Bockhop hits. He's been fairly quiet today. Gibbie's open. He can feel it. He puts it up. Oh! He won't pass Hank Aaron on the career home run list. Weitenhiller with the rebound. He can't decide how to put it up, and he doesn't.
I've seen less moves in a major chess championship with same results, no score.
And they've been a lot quicker, Ken. Lester bombs from 20.
Randy, that guy,
Paul leaves.
he's been the tournament MVP, and my God, I think he'd like to buy this tape for about 50 bucks too.
Maybe most improved, Ken. Spensley puts it up. They're sure glad he came. And Staver picks it up. He drives in unobstructed and he misses. We come the other way with 1.5 minutes left. 59-35.
For the old timers, I think this has become just a practice for Wednesday night's mural game.
I don't know, Ken. Those mirror games are pretty smooth sometimes. Popper brings it down. It's about time he gets some points.
Come on, boys. Quit with the shoot. Let's lay down the pines and up once and back down for defense.
Makes a move. Tapped away. And, ooh, he's outside. He
Pump.
can feel it. He can feel it. Nice pass. It looked like a good block, but I don't know. These officials are trying to make up for their evils of the first half, Ken. I don't think they can do it.
Oh.
And Uwe waving to the
bitter man. He's signifying they're number one fans, and they certainly are.
Yes, he's been quite silent. They're probably going to send him back to Kenya after the game.
Back to his household chores.
Joe turns and fires. And Ingersol's got to beat Joey Hentrich. Could be tough. And a foul. But wait, we'll see if there is a foul. Nobody knows.
This is just a little indecent, Randy, over here. Look at that guy.
Gibbie Reichers now showing that he is a stud, not a basketball player. Ingersol to the line.
Randy, I detect a stress fracture on Gibbie's shorts. We'll take a look here. Yes, I believe they're ready to go. Head immediately for the locker room.
Yes, and the x-ray did show no spine. Hentrich with a nice, smooth move. That guy's just like a ballerina, Ken.
Yeah, he was MVP in the Europe League over there.
And Hentrich lays up a nice shot. He can't get it to drop. And the foul on Uwe. He's so distraught after this poor outlook.
Actually, I see a smile on Uwe's face. I think he's out to do some damage.
We'll just have you instead, man.
And Buckwheat hits the first one. And he hits them both. It's now 63-38. If they are still putting up the points, that is.
Weitenhiller, they're grooming himself on the bench, folks, as you saw.
Well, he's ready for a post game and a date. He wasn't out here to play basketball. Hit Hentrich in a bad place.
Fans, we're going to just stay over here on the bench the last part of this game, see if we can get anybody doing anything embarrassing like Weitenhiller was picking his nose before there. Let's check out the stress fractures on these other guys.
And Spensley finally hits.
A couple of healthy-looking dudes there.
And after a great game.
A great game, Randy. You use that word so loosely. Actually, Randy, it was a first. The old-timers did advance beyond the first round, and we're real proud of them.
Well, they played a good first half, Ken, despite probably only about 15, 20 really bad calls the first half. They seem to still keep in the game, but by the second half, they're so fatigued, or sort of fatigued, if you will.
And they're fatigued, too,
Yes,
sometimes.
that fatigue factor can always figure in. But, you know, it's tough to get up emotionally when the officials are constantly ripping you, calling bad calls.
Randy, I think that's Jim Van Gloon down there.
Huh? Jim?
Ruby affectionately.
The one and original Jim Van Gloon's here?
It is. Ruby! Ruby! Oh, that guy's just too modest. Look up here, folks.
That guy, he's sort of in disguise. Hoping,
Ruby! Jim!
He's hoping no one will notice him, because he has to be quite discreet when he goes to the games, Ken, because he's always sought after by reporters.
I thought at first it was Dauber, but I see that it is Rube down there. And, well, he's got that. I think just too many of those little mixed down at Rebs this afternoon kind of did him in.
Yes, Jim is years ahead of his time, literally.
Well, folks, not quite the scene you wanted to see, but the one you quite expected to see.
And there he is, folks, tonight's MVP. Folks, after the game, it was a blowout, the class of 82 taking the class of 72 on. Now here we are with, first of all, the leading free throw shooter of the game, John Donahoe. John, first of all, how much did it cost you to buy out Randy Vasevich?
It was cheap. Usually he rips me off in these games, but I told him before the game I wasn't going to stand for that.
It wasn't too bad until the free throws went up 30-1, but then it sort of evened out at the end when the game was out of hand. Now, Lester, you were voted the game's MVP. How did you find so much prowess to hit all these outside jumpers?
Well, a lot of the outside jumpers were about 4 feet away, so that kind of helps a little bit.
No false modesty, Lester. Come on, lay it out. How did you hit those 30-footers?
Well, I've been practicing 22 hours a day for the last 3 weeks, and that kind of helps a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice to be unemployed. It gives you a lot of free time for basketball. Now, John, once you totally hacked off Dave Weitenhiller's hands, was it a little easier to guard him?
Yeah. He found it a little harder to dribble and handle the ball altogether after that.
Yes, unfortunately, the ambulance just pulled in, and Dave will be going out now for a little surgery on those.